Hello, thanks for checking out What's Up at Fun Factory Hobbies. This is for the week ending on Saturday, April 16th, 2022. Got some new stuff because, that's what we do. Let's get to it, shall we? We just got this box in, literally within the last hour. Genius Games, we backed the Kickstarter for Cellulose, but we got some other stuff. We may have had Peptide, a protein building game, in before, but I'm not sure, so I'll show it here again. Genius Games is a company that builds games. They're gamer games, so using game mechanics like set collecting and worker placement, that kind of stuff. But they're paired with scientific principles, and they do a really good job of it. Excellent illustrations. So lots of educational bang in there, but also very gamery games. So yeah. So Peptide, a protein building game, themed around how living cells build proteins. Players compete to link amino acid cards side by side to build their peptide chain. A fancy word for a protein. Cool stuff. And I'm pretty sure we have also had ecosystem in before, but again, just for thoroughness, build your own ecological network in Ecosystem, a biologically derived card drafting game. And then, as I mentioned, the Kickstarter was for Cellulose, a plant cell biology game. You can see here a lot more components, more board gamer-y. And then there's a fancier box inside of here, but there's other pieces, so we're leaving it together because single item enclosed do not open. The collector's edition for Cellulose. So it's a more deluxe version of this board game, upgraded components, blingier, good stuff. Let's see what else. On Wednesday, you might have seen us post. We have the Wizkids Frameworks. So what the frameworks are, you're familiar probably already with the Wizkids unpainted and or premium painted miniatures. So this is not that. This is model kits more along the lines of Games Workshop or Warlord Games, that kind of stuff. So the pieces come on sprues. You clip them out, assemble them. This particular one is a sample pack of a human druid. So you can kind of see all the pieces there separated out. You notice there are multiple heads, multiple options. So the idea behind this line is you're going to create your own unique-ish, because there's only so many combinations, character or monster or whatever from the sprue. And you'll have extra bits left over. The bits are more or less compatible with the other figures in the frameworks. So say, for example, the orc kit, which we'll get to in a minute, has a particular sword that you think would be super sweet on your awesome fighter. Well, you just take the sword off of the orc kit and glue it to your fighter. Pretty straightforward. So some of you might be new to the whole model assembly thing. We've got, of course, all the tools and glue and whatnot. Uses the same paints as the previous Wizkids unpainted miniatures, but in this case, some assembly is required, and they do come at a premium price because they've got lots of extra bits. So we have a bunch of character stuff: human wizard, human fighter, human. So the male and female versions of the human fighter, human druid, orc barbarian, tiefling rogue, elf monk, elf wizard, tiefling warlock, human cleric, human rogue, dwarf fighter, dragonborn paladin, human monk. Let's see, this one's got a few more: dwarf barbarian, elf ranger, dragonborn sorcerer. And then a couple of monsters in that small pack size: Mind Flayer and White. Then we've got some bigger monsters: Night Hag, Minotaur, Ghast and Ghoul, Ogre, Derider. Some still larger packs: the Stone Giant and the Hill Giant, Beholder, and then a couple of multi-packs, Kobolds. So this kit's going to have enough sprues and stuff that you can make 7 unique Kobolds. There's a set that's already been assembled in a certain manner and painted, just as an example of what you could create out of this box. And here's the Orc multi-pack. This one has 8 sprues, but that's still only enough to make 7 Orc miniatures. Again, lots of extra tool pieces and bits and whatnot to design how you'd like. One of the cool things that they've done, particularly with these multi-packs, is they've created little extra tchotchkes to put on the bases. So in this case, you've got spear. Notice there's 1-piece spear, 2-piece spear, 3-piece spear, so you can kind of differentiate your various orcs that may be posed similarly or kitted out similarly for tracking damage and that kind of stuff. Really well thought out. And one more in that line. Big Bad Balor. This is a ridiculously expensive kit, but still half the price of a similar Games Workshop kit. And look at all those extra bits in there. You can kit it out in a whole bunch of different ways. Really cool stuff. We're really excited about this line because we're modelers at heart. So yeah. Also, technically these we had last week, but I missed them because they were under the flap here. Bad Keith. We have the G.I. Joe role-playing game from Renegade Game Studios. And from Wizkids board game division, Free Radicals. 10 factions compete to awaken their power. A little bit of sci-fi-ish, a little bit of cyberpunk maybe. Asymmetrical gaming. Only a few years after the mysterious, advanced, and powerful Free Radicals appeared around the world, one is on the verge of revealing its secrets, the Sphere. Will your faction unlock its knowledge first? In Free Radicals, players take control of one of the 10 fully asymmetrical factions, didn't I mention that a minute ago? Yeah. That make up the interconnected community of Sphere City, a thriving community built underneath the Sphere. The factions are competing for influence and knowledge, each hoping to lead society into its next stage. Your faction will be wildly unique with its own mechanics, goals, and philosophy, while all factions make use of the same core data cards, favor system, and Sphere research tracks. You'll even be able to help other players with their research into the Sphere, earning favor and other rewards for your trouble, while hopefully not helping them too much. Lots of cool stuff. Wizkids has been making some really cool board games, and we think this is going to be one of them. And of course, last but not least, we've got some new good stuff from Games Workshop, which we cannot sell you until Saturday, the 16th. This is a Realmscape, so terrain box, specifically designed for Age of Sigmar, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, the Thondian Strongpoint, but of course you could use it wherever you want. Lots of cool stuff. That dragon skeleton kind of reminds me of the near opening of the original Star Wars. I think that whatever that is pretty cool. The floating waterfall. And then this week also sees the launch of the latest version of Tyranids. So here we have the big Combat Patrol box. Comes with a Hive Tyrant, some warriors, and some newly sculpted Termagant's Ripper Swarm. Termagant's there. Of course, these are model kits. So like the frameworks that we just showed you, they're going to be plastic sprue. Excuse me, my goodness. They're going to be plastic sprues that you're going to clip and assemble. The box sets tend to have fewer options than buying each squad individually. But there's probably some options in there. I don't know. I haven't opened a Combat Patrol box, honestly. But yeah, good stuff. So new Tyranids, new terrain, lots of frameworks, multiple boxes full, as you can see, and cool sciencey games. Organized play-wise, tonight, Friday the 15th, we have Commander. Yes, we are open on Good Friday. Next weekend, so the Friday the 22nd, Saturday the 23rd, we will have the pre-release. Friday night at 6 p.m., Saturday at noon. Sign-ins 30 minutes earlier. Pre-release for Magic Streets of New Capenna. Think 1920s-ish, mobster, gangster, prohibition, drugs, well, not drugs, but drinking kind of thing. They have a thing called Halo, which is not really a drug, but can be confused as a drug. It's a magical substance, but people can take it and get high, so it sounds a lot like cocaine to me, but mileage may vary. But it's a faction theme, so something kind of like Ravnica, but they're 3 color factions, and they're the 3 adjacent colors on the wheel, on the mana wheel. So yeah, I'm sure you can read all about that online, because there's lots of info about it already been splashed out. But hey, come on, play at one of our pre-release events, or we'll be able to sell the pre-release kits for pre-release at home starting 11 a.m. next Friday the 22nd. So, and of course the weekend after that, we'll have, on the Friday night, do another sealed launch event for Streets of New Capenna. And there you go. There will be, of course, draft boosters and set boosters available by the box at pre-release weekend. Of course, pre-release packs. There will be 5 new Commander decks when the set launches. There will be collector boosters when the set launches. Bundles. Theoretically theme boosters, but I don't think I ordered any of those. I'm not 100% sure. They don't sell very well anyway, so whatever. Yeah, so that's what's up. Thanks for checking us out, as always. If you haven't already, please do subscribe, assuming that you like what you hear here. And like and all that good stuff. And we'll catch you next time. See ya.